Hi, welcome back. Time for another recipe. Today we're going to cook a heartwarming dish which they often prepare in my home country Belgium. We're going to be cooking pork cheeks and we're going to cook them in Belgian beer. This is a very special Belgian beer, but any other dark beer will do. And we're going to serve them with some Brussels sprouts and with some perfect fried Belgian chips. Okay, I got some whole pork cheeks from my butcher. Also called jowls. Now, I'm only after this muscle in the center for this dish. I'm just going to take the muscle out. If you want to, you can ask your butcher to do this. And the rest I'm not going to waste. Either you can use it for making stews, soups, but I'm going to turn it into an amazing Italian cured meat called guanciale. So we're going to take our muscle out. And all we do is you can easily lift it up, then stick the knife underneath and cut through the fat or the membrane. And that's it. That's our muscle. If there's any membrane left on it, just grab it and then just slide your knife over it, as you don't want that tough membrane. So what we want is that muscle. Now this muscle tastes amazing. Like with every cut of meat, the ones that actually taste the best are the ones that had to do most work. And no muscle had to do more work than the one in the cheek of the pig when it's chewing its food. So better taste, but obviously they need to be cooked long and slow like with most mussels to get them tender. I'm gonna add a little dash of oil and a knob of butter to my casserole dish. I'm gonna season my pork cheek mussels with some sea salt and some black pepper. And you can be generous with the black pepper. And I'm just gonna fry these off in my casserole until they're nice golden brown. I'm gonna turn these around. Nicely colored. So whilst the other side of the pork cheeks is coloring, I'm just going to slice some onion. Alright, I'm going to take them back out first, and then I'm going to fry my onions in the same fat we seared the mussels in. So I'm going to add my onions. I'm also going to add a few cloves of garlic, just crush it. I'm going to add a few sprigs of thyme, just rub it like that. A little bit of rosemary. And a couple of bayleaves. And what I'm also going to add is a little bit of Chinese spice. The anise seed, the cinnamon, the cloves, it's all going to add extra flavor. Okay, next I'm going to add my garlic and a good teaspoon of quality coarse mustard. I'm going to fry this for a couple of more minutes. The beer I'm going to use in this dish is a Belgian classic beer. It's called a red Flemish beer, Rodenbach. It's a sweet and sour beer. If you can't find it, you can use any dark beer like a Trappist beer or an Abbey beer or any dark beer. But if it's a very sweet beer, then just use the beer on its own. This is quite sour and I'm gonna add some maple syrup to offset that. Okay, our onions are nicely caramelized. All I'm gonna do is add a tablespoon of flour. I'm gonna cook out the flour in the onion. This is gonna help us thicken the sauce. Okay, and now we're gonna add our beer. I'm gonna add my first bottle first I'm going to scrape off all the nice bits at the bottom. I'm just going to add another one. Now I'm going to lay my pork cheeks in the beer. And I'm going to add one more bottle of beer. You want the meat nicely covered in the beer. And now we're going to simmer this for about an hour and a half to 2 hours. Just going to cover it with a lid and then just simmer it on low heat. Okay, whilst our meat is cooking, I'm just going to braise these sprouts. I don't like cooking them in water because you just lose way too much flavor. So I'm just going to take the bottoms off, and if they have any damaged outer leaves, just take them off. So I'm going to add a rather large knob of butter to my pan. And if they're quite big, I'm just going to cut them in half. Some sea salt. And a good twist of black pepper. Just going to put the lid on. And that's it. Just let it sit there on the low heat for about 45 minutes to an hour until they're tender. Okay, our pork cheeks been going for an hour and 15 minutes. I'm just going to take them. Yeah, and these are soft like butter, so I'm going to take them out. That's it. I'm going to strain my cooking liquid. I'm going to finish my sauce. Just want to get all the juices out. That's it. Okay, I'm just going to let my liquid reduce now until I've got a thick, rich sauce. And because that beer is quite sour, I'm just going to add a dash of maple syrup. And I'm also going to add a little dash of dark soy sauce for color and extra depth of flavor. And last but not least, a few drops of Worcester sauce. We're just gonna let this reduce now until we got a nice thick sauce. Okay, let's check our sprouts. Yeah, perfect. Okay, our sauce is reduced and is absolutely amazing. All I'm gonna do is taste for seasoning. Definitely no more salt because we got the soy sauce, we got the Worcester sauce in there, which are salty, but all I'm going to do is put a little bit more black pepper. And that's it. And I'm going to reheat my pork cheeks in my sauce. Just going to leave them in the sauce for a couple of minutes until they're nice and warm, and we can plate this up. And there you have it, pork cheeks in dark beer sauce with Brussels sprouts and chips.